Hello and good morning, my crafty creatures. Oops, I hit the wrong button. Well, ah, I'm back. Day 2, doing it on a regular basis. We're still working on gobs and gobs of 310, otherwise known as black. Today is my day off, and I couldn't be happier. And it is only 10 a.m. my time, and I have already done all kinds of things, up until and including ignoring my dogs because they're being assholes. um, no, yesterday I started a project. So I bought a. I didn't know what it was going to be like when I ordered it, but it ended up being a really nice reinforced canvas bag from Temu, and it had 6 dinky ass little wheels on it. So if it got too heavy, you could wheel it around. Good idea. But I'm very sound sensitive. So these little wheels are just like they're just so loud. So I went, hello Dast, and hello Kelpie. So these little wheels are. Oh, okay. Well, my pet is. I'm still getting used to the Halloween noises that it keeps playing on my end. Um. So. So I. Hey, hey. Yeah. Well, yeah. I do get that Twitch is. I actually have hardwired this system in, like I've been saying that I've been meaning to do for at least 2 or 3 months now. Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna run a hard. I finally did it yesterday, and at least on my end, nothing dropped. Like the quality didn't drop, my bars didn't drop. Like it was a good solid stream yesterday, and I was so pleased. So, uh, but I so I upgraded wheels on another cart that I have for my displaying my hanging art. I have an old bed frame and a portable wardrobe that I use that I hook them all together, and it makes a really nice grid wall on wheels. Um, but those wheels were too small for the workload of the grid wall, so I made those bigger. And then I took the 4 wheels from that and I popped all 6 of the super loud caster wheels off the canvas bag that I got, and I built a little frame, and I got the new caster wheels on, and I am chuffed at the results. It's much quieter, and it rolls, and I just need to make a couple more handle situations going on, but oh, okay. See, I just I I like this is like my one point because I know I'm really bad at being present. Ev- I'm really bad at being super interactive and present. I am almost always lurking, and if activated, I am there for you. I am there. I'm just really bad at idle existence. Um, because unfortunately, it always feels and or seems like when I enter, when Ra enters the chat, all of a sudden I seemingly command a conversation, and I don't intend to. And and I've been I have a lot of trauma from people being upset that whenever I am around, it seems like I want all of the attention. So I try not to do that. I have never been someone who wants to be the center of attention. I much rather like to sit on the periphery and and mildly interact, but I don't know who gave out the presence skill, but apparently I have it and I don't want it. Um I I I really like chuffed. Like it hello. uh but it's a vicious circle and I don't like it. Um so yeah, like I don't mind you, I'm not going to turn down $50 every couple of months. And guys, since I don't like really like literally my cross stitch is just something I love showing the progress of the cross stitch, and I love being on here chatting. It like creates a nice little space for me to be able to cross stitch and talk to people. Um, so yeah, I love my subscribers. I love my lurkers. I Twitch has its own. Okay, ads. I don't know if you guys are getting ads, but ads. The red chicken when I don't have to. Okay, ads are over. Um, so yeah, I I stream so that if people want to talk to me, I can talk to them and respond. Um, it's proof of life for some people. But I honestly, I have a lot of trauma surrounding the internet and my interactions, like walking, just being in a chat room and just chatting. Um, I honestly, I enjoy hearing about what's going on in other people's lives. Like and even in my own goddamn server, I feel I start getting self conscious because I start getting super excited about the projects that I've done and what I've done here. And hey, look, this is what my dogs are doing. And then when there are crickets, I get super self conscious. Like, what if I'm like I have some really wonky hard RSD. I like bean soup. Hey, hey, hey. I've looked at your marketplace memes and fun. So hey, look, a shiny rock is one of my favorites too. Um oh so today today, not only am I working on all kinds of black color, um I got my nice because I love. I'm really really pleased about the quality of this bag. Other than its super loud wheels, which I have now remedied. Um, but it expands up. So most of the time I only need it on its first rung. I only need it to hold some stuff from work, for work, to keep me occupied, some craft, maybe a book or two, dinner, snacky food, stuff like that. But it actually expands up to 4 feet tall. And and I think that's more why it has the wheels and whatnot. So my next uh thing is I'm going to make a support structure for its inside because it it's very floopy. It doesn't have any sort of structure if it's un if it's like zipped out. So I'm gonna like get some PVC and just make support structure for when it gets expanded. See, yeah, I do believe in that. Like, but then again, like I also run into the situation where there's not much I legitimately don't like or couldn't find myself enjoying. Um, is it something I seek out? That's a whole nother that's a whole nother category. There's not a I don't like because I have everything here. Like I let arts and crafts. Yeah, yeah. I seek out arts and crafts. Dragons, shiny rocks. We're gonna circle around to shiny rocks because people need to understand that I like shiny rocks. Even just quartz. I literally go to retired crystal mines to get quartz because a lot of pretty crystals are encased in quartz and it is fantastic. I can get some hunkin' huge quartz crystals. Um, but there's not much I dislike. But when I'm seeking, it's generally involving string or power tools. String, power tools, and technology, I guess, would be, which would completely explain the TV station in front of me, the cross stitch in front of me, and the framing desk I built to hold my monstrous string projects. My tism showing again. And yes, Jules, if you need to process your meeting, I'd love to talk about your meeting because I I have been so far out of the loop under a rock. Get it out. Testify. And shiny rocks. And like I keep saying, there were signs. There were signs. In my family, they were normal. But outside of my family, there were signs. I'm reading. Hmm. Yeah. And so that's where I get stuck with current education systems. Because pub and I don't know if it's just here in America. Here in America, our public school system is aimed at creating workers, not individuals. It's aimed at putting us all in a box and making sure that we can function and provide labor for the billionaires. Um, it has been proven. The way Rockefeller set it up, and he was one of the founding fathers of our public education system down here in America. He designed it so that he could have relatively competent worker bees. Okay, so um, so now I excelled. I excelled in public school because pattern recognition, that whole tism that they kept trying to shove in a box, but they really failed. Um, I just was good at hiding it. I had a different box. Being a girl made it so I could hide it, or the ADHD, but yeah, isn't that? I've kept another nice box. I have three boxes that you guys can't see off camera, and I keep meaning to um break them down, but they're nice boxes. Like, but that's another one of the things I'll be doing today is I'll be going through my inventory for my market this weekend and keeping things that I know are like I'm trying to get better at bringing inventory aimed for the particular space. Like I'm going down to a more of a fantasy, um, metaphysical market this weekend. So I'm not gonna bring my is it a nice dark box dragon fort dragon? Um, so like I'm gonna bring all my baby dragons down, but I'm not gonna bring like I'm not gonna bring like my earrings because my earrings are just kind of floral and floofy. And I mean, don't get me wrong, they probably could sell, but and they don't take up a whole lot of room. So who knows? I might bring them down. But like my hoop art, I'm gonna try to focus more on the dragons and the fantasy critters rather than um like the wholesome sayings and whatnot. So I have a few unwholesome sayings that I need to get onto to fabric and have them have them hung up. My favorite is like a good neighbor, stay over there. See, I think you should invest in the Velcro blackout curtains that I have, or blackout window thingies, because they're Velcro, so it doesn't, and they're really good. Like, like I spent like, I mean, it sounds like a lot, but I spent like $80 on eight of them, and I have no regrets. And it keeps the house a little warmer. I've only had to light a couple of fires, cause okay, so I don't know if this is a whole thing, but in temperate areas where we have the distinct four seasons, um, it is a contest to see who will let the furnace run, who will turn on the furnace the latest in the year. Now, I'm old and cranky, and if I get cold, I'm lighting a fucking fire. I used to be young and competitive, but I'm old and cranky, and if it gets cold, I'm gonna start a fire. I heat solely with wood. I do have a furnace, but oil is expensive, so I heat with wood. Um, and so I've only had to light like a couple of since I've gotten all of them up. I only had to light a couple of fires because the house is keeping its heat better. Ah, um, I have and also I want to say like the window film on your windows. I don't know the science behind it, and I probably do know the science behind it, but I don't care to think about it. But like the film on your windows that says, "Oh hey, it energy saves," it really does. I got some on clearance, and I was like, "Oh hey, I got it on clearance, and I don't like my neighbors looking into my house." Is pretty much where I'm at. Even though I have blackout screens. Like at night, you can still see in the house. So I got decals, very pretty decals. I've shown a couple of them, and so I have all of those up in my windows, and my cameras, my 3 new cameras should be arriving today. So I hope to get them charged up and get the parking area one all hung. And I gotta I gotta go in the backyard and get the furniture that I have in the backyard under cover because it is starting to get frosty and cold, and I don't want the cushions to rot. So I gotta take care of that. Yeah, I start I that's part of that innate like attention grabbing. Um, I try to explain to my coworkers, I don't like hard power. I do not like do what I tell you to do or else. Uh, if I've reached do what I tell you to do or else, there are bigger forces coming after you, and I'm trying to shield you. Um, I'm the kind of person that if I'm asking you to do something, it's more along the lines of, I don't have the time to do this. Could you please give me a hand? I need help, and I know you can do this. Um, so I have a lot of soft power because I don't ask unless I absolutely need. So I could have started the fire, but I could also probably start a revolution. We love you, dragon. The lizard of love. Actually, I might have enough reds and pinks to make one of those little salamanders. The little salamander. I might have to make a pink and red one just for a love lizard. I guess. I lost my category book a long time ago. So, circling back because I did not forget about Jules's heinous meeting with people telling her that her kid doesn't fit in the box, so we're gonna give her another box that doesn't fit her either, and because they're assholes. Um, like, can you just say no? Like, is no an option? Like, I don't have kids. I would I would be a monster. I would be I would be that mom. I would be that mom. Uh Now, mind you, I I have no idea of the ins and outs of things. Is there a private school option? Is there an inkling or desire for maybe homeschool? Um, I'm not trying to insinuate anything, but if if public school is going to treat her like that, I I think that other because I know at least here in Maine, we finally got a halfway decent online schooling system. Ooh, 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 that could be fun. Sometimes, sometimes Karens have their purpose. Oh, oh, you could go be near Dast. Here. Ooh. Ooh. That's I'm kind of impressed with that level of anger. Oh, so up that so further south, not further over. Then I could throw crafts at you. So, thinking about geography, I got to tell you guys something that like I'm not well traveled. I love other cultures, but I unfortunately am what you call a backwoods hick. As for my travel experience, I have never left the continental. Uh, well, no, I've gone to Canada a couple times, but other than that, I went to Canada. Went to Canada once in '94. That is my international travel, as I went to Canada once. I've looked at Canada. I have pictures of Canada from traveling around the state, but um for me, like when I look at a globe, I for whatever reason in my brain, when I think about it and I see a globe, I keep forgetting that France is south of uh Britain. And so whenever I look at a map and I see them, for whatever reason I always expect France to be on the north side of Britain, whereas it's I think the Slavic, the Norway, Finland, Sweden are north of Britain. And I don't know why this crossed my mind, just talking about geographic location in a province. Um, but that train of thought got me to going. So like France is the Florida of Europe, and then thought I was a bad person. Yeah. Well, I don't understand. Like I never had to I never had to do anything like that. Like when we and God, it's been a very long time since I was learning how to read, but I also was very late in learning how to read because um trauma. Um and so I didn't learn to read till like in the middle of my first grade year, so the middle of 1990. I was really starting to get good at reading. So middle of my first grade year, and I mean, after I figured it out, I ran with it like it was hot, and I still love to read, but I think also part of the reason is undiagnosed dyslexia is and trauma. But I've always scored very high in my comprehension and analysis of language. That's why like I understand. I understand a lot of language. I'm not so hot at speaking a lot of it. Um, or currently, I'm just uncomfortable in speaking it because I don't want to mess up. Like, I don't want to be seen as that dumb American trying to get their way through get their way through a language. I saw a great TikTok about it was a Hispanic woman going, "Oh, so you want us to speak English?" And she had a very thick accent. Bitch, most of, most everybody else from other countries speaks two, three, four, even five languages. But because you motherfuckers, and it was great because it's true. It's true. Like I wish I knew another language comfortably enough to hold a conversation in it. And I can read. I can read Spanish better than I can speak it. I understand it very well and I can read it very well. I'm just not great at that whole talking thing. Which, if you've hung out with me, people get really, really weird. They're like, "You're you're quiet." I'm like, "Yes." There'll be there'll be times where I don't say a damn thing. Yeah, that's true. I am sitting in such a weird posture right now. I have to adjust myself. Oh, oh my goodness. My hips don't lie, but my but my joints sure do. I love this foot thing that Dragon got me because like it helps me. It's memory foam. It's a memory foam arch footrest, and it helps me situate my legs in weird directions because it I can put pressure down on it on one foot, and then on the other foot I don't have to put as much pressure down on it, so it helps me sit funny. Oh, so I adulted yesterday. I ordered wood. I did what I said I was gonna do. I ordered wood, and then I was also able to um clean out most of the wood pile. I'm gonna finish it up today. That's gonna be my after stream chore is gonna be to finish out emptying emptying the loose wood pile in the basement and getting it all stacked and whatnot. Cause cause we're gonna get another three cord delivered next week. So we have to have space for it, and husband creature needs to bring it in the house. So I could do that too. It's kind of yucky outside today, so not highly motivated. Yeah, and that's the thing is I run into it currently where I work. Different like different different view, but same kind of thing. Like we're a non-medical facility, so obviously there's not a whole lot of medical things that we can do. But say they need to have a change in their diet, but they don't put it on any paperwork or reach out with a fax and say, hey, we got to have this dietary change. And they just expect the person to remember. Mind you, I work with senior citizens and some of them have memory issues. That doesn't help anybody if you're having this expectation and then not. And then not like, yeah. It's so frustrating. Like, I know it's a hard. There's no easy solutions. Like, I can sit here and spew off all kinds of nonsense and whatnot, but and there are no easy solutions. My feet are getting cold. Gotta put my slippers back on. I gotta find a new pair of slippers because my current slippers are falling apart. My phone is going crazy. Crazy loons. Let's see. Where's my mouse? Where's my mouse? Oh, that's not the. That is not what I wanted. Oh, just a minute. Okay. Nothing important. And now I'm playing Thread Chicken for no reason other than I can. So, today's list of goals after I'm done streaming are to get the woodpile all moved. I have a unicorn that, surprisingly enough, I haven't had time to work on. I have to iron. I have to iron my cross stitch commission that I got all done. I haven't quite decided if I want to leave the house or not. If I leave the house, I have other things that I could do if I leave the house. If not, I have plenty to do in the house. I have to know, is my stream running better? Because I did hardwire. Like, my computer is hardwired in, instead of Wi-Fi, and I have to drill holes in my house to run the wire a little bit more pretty. Because right now we got the old house wiring special is I have the wire cable going across the ceiling and up through a heating vent, because my house has passive heating. Even with the furnace, the heat was only on one floor, so it's all passive, which makes it a bitch and a half. But yeah, I have it running across the ceiling and back down, behind. It's great. Like, it is very much how I solve problems. Um, it is not pretty. It's not ugly, but it's not pretty, and it gets the job done effectively. that that explains me in its entirety. I'm not ugly. I'm not pretty, but I get the job done effectively. That might be some more stuff I work on. I don't know. I'd much rather go through my inventory and whatnot. Like I have other things I'd much rather do than drill, bore through my house. I have insulation I could be putting up in the attic, floorboards I could be setting down there too, like working on my video space, my streamy space, my dreamy streamy space. And actually, in doing that, I should probably start working on a hardwire up to it's only the room above me. Like literally, I have access that I can get a access hole right up above. Like that's actually the easy part. It's the getting from first to second floor that's the hard part. Ish. Yeah, I have lots of little projects that I could get done today that I might get done today, but who knows? Who knows? I might light a fire. It's not because it's cold. It's just because it's wet. It is. It's about 65 degrees in my house right now, which is it's not bad. Um, if I really got too horribly cold, I could just put on my unicorn hoodie, my unicorn blanket, which has made its return. I need to search. I need to search the internet to see if I can find different color. I would really like a. I would really like a dragon one, like an actual dragon one, and I'm really fussy, so I've been having trouble. Husband creature has a dino one, which I think is ridiculously adorable, and I want to get him the wolf one, but they keep selling out of the wolf one, so I might have to surprise him with that. I am I am fussy in weird areas. Um, like the big things in life, nah, nah. Like as long like food wise, if it's not gonna kill me or make me want to be dead, I will at least try it. Um, Travel. I'm actually, as neurotic as I might seem to be, I am actually very good to travel with. Having worked years in hospitality, I A, know how to plan, B, know how to get what I want. Yeah, that works. Do I need to pull the tism out again? I will show you a shiny rock. I have a shiny rock in my purse. I travel with a shiny rock. I have, I have have no problems telling people where bear shits in the woods. Gives them fair warning, like those memes that are like, there were signs. You had a chance. We are too far invested in this relationship now. You knew I was weird. Well, I mean, I do have a warning sign, remember? Like I do have a, hey, this is not for children. And I blame Jules for that because I was mostly quiet until Jules came on, and then we just started bitching about our moms. And 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 it continued. That's it. That's it. I'm gonna go find one of my big shiny rocks. So, so when I talk about going to abandoned mines to get quartz, these are the kind of rocks that I'm talking about. This is from a, a dead tourmaline mine in Maine from Mount Apatat, and it's just a gorgeous hunk of quartz. Like, I love it. I I've just given up on my computer for stuff like that. But rock, shiny rock, big shiny rock, kind of heavy shiny rock. I'm I'm putting my shiny rock back. Oh, okay, there. Dusty shiny rock. Actually, dusted it off before I showed it to you guys, but I've just realized that I've added a task to my My computer's been having that issues for a few years now. Before I even upgraded to Windows 11, but I think it's more of I still haven't gotten another I haven't gotten even RAM. And that problem right there is why I back up all of my stuff, all of my important stuff to a Google Drive. Like I don't have a whole lot on my computer um, that if I don't have it anymore, I'll be destroyed. Because when I was starting doing streaming and pattern making and stuff like that, my computer shit the bed. I had all of my Helix, uh, all of my Helixes. I had to remake them all because of this crash. And so ever since then, I keep them in 3 different spots. I have one of the things that got me started is I have all the sexuality flags. I have them on. If you peep at my website, they're cross stitch and or diamond painting patterns that you can that it's DNA essentially. They're the DNA helixes and all the sexuality flags. But yeah, mind you, it would be an absolute pain in the ass to re-download all the apps that I use and get all the setups back. But if my computer were to crash, I'm losing not losing a lot. I'm losing patience is what I mostly lose. And I'm also very fortunate that a lot of my crafting is physical, so I don't lose that. Things that are a menace to my crafting are rodents and bugs. Hmm. I'm almost done the block of 200. Yes. Yes, they are. I hope it stops. Oh, I think my cameras are here. His UPS stopped out in front of my house. I want to see if the dogs bark. That means the cameras will be charging, and then I get to rearrange the current cameras that I have. So today might turn into reorienting my security system day. Okay, so I don't want that kind of stuff sitting out on my porch. I'm gonna pop up my be right back. I'll be right back in a couple minutes, so go get a drink of water. Take your meds if you haven't taken your meds. Get something to snack on. I will be right back, my friends. Hee hee. Yes, cameras arrived. Um, I did get skins for the cameras that are gonna go down closer where people, mind you, with the plan that I have, I use Arlo, and I and they're service that you do need to have a security plan to utilize them, and I have no problems with it because they have theft protection, and because I'm about to put one of these cameras where in theory someone who is really motivated could reach it. I'm gonna put it up high enough that it's inconvenient, but I can't say that no one could get it. But the plan that I have, if someone steals my camera, I can they'll replace it. Capos. Um, these ones I have. This is the Pro 4. The ones that I currently have are the Pro 3. Just they don't make the Pro 3 anymore. They make the Pro 4. And I think it's trying to connect to something, and I just haven't gotten that far in my life yet, so I'm gonna disconnect it. No, let me have the battery. Give me the battery. There we go. Um, I have Arlo's. This will bring my count up to 6 cameras. I know maybe I shouldn't be like, I haven't decided where I'm gonna put them yet, so so everybody's guess is as good as mine. Um, but unfortunately, because um, I am having people walk off with my property right in front of my house. Um, and yes, it was just wood. Don't get me wrong, I understand how silly this sounds. But I would have given them nice dry wood had they just knocked on my door and asked, "Hey, I see this pile of sticks by the side of the road. Do you mind if we have some?" I would have been like, "No, those are green. Let me go get you some of our dry stuff." So it's not about what they took, it's how they took it. And I've also needed one down by my parking area anyway, because people like to just park in my driveway. Like, and I tell my neighbors, I'm like, look, if you need something and you see that I have it, ask. If you just need to borrow it, ask. I'm not a very materialistic person, but I am. I am very territorial. And there is a very distinct difference. It's not that I care what you're doing, I care how you're doing it. Because it pertains to me and my stuff. Like generally, if you want to give away free stuff and you don't care, like my neighbors, they don't care who parks in their driveway. Well, one set of neighbors doesn't care who parks in their driveway. That's cool on them. But I do care who parks in my driveway because it's mine. And I've had a lot of bad experiences with people parking in my driveway and just leaving their cars there. I'm like, no, no. When I first moved into this place, taxis used to idle. Now, mind you, my road has no traffic per se. So the taxis that were there were not doing kosher things. Kids used to park in my driveway to hotbox. And it's like, because my house had been vacant for almost a year before I moved in. And I was just so done. I'm like, no, I own this place now. Bugger off. And that was 20 years ago, and I'm still dealing with this problem. Like, I have been in this house for almost 20 years. It'll be 19 on my birthday. I have a reputation. I have built this reputation. Oh, and an ad break is starting in 40 seconds. Just so you know, in case the ad volume is different than my volume. Mm-hmm. Okay, so it's all over. Um, this row I'm like actively like paying attention because it's a block of 200, but I'm actually only getting 199 done because there is one gap, one gap that at the end of this row I have to stop one short because it's not a black color. It's 939, my arch nemesis. So there, we're we're almost done the first block of 200. I don't think we're gonna get 400 done today. I started a little early yesterday, and that's why I got 400 done yesterday. Um, but no regrets, no regrets at all. I really did miss streaming, but I was just so exhausted. Like I was awake and I was sleeping. And I mean, I managed to get a few things done. Like I managed to exist like in my house, but I wasn't doing too much other than that. Like that's the downside to overnights and then being swapped around and expected to do daytimes and stuff like that. And it's that's why if I ever go back to overnights, if that was ever something I had to do, it would be a very big change at this house. And health wise, overnights aren't good for me. So there would have to be some big explanations as to why I would go back to overnights. Another one of my things that one of the big reasons I think it did stop raining, but um I have but I'm finishing up painting some of my shelving and I want to finish painting it, so I need it to not be raining outside. At least for like 3 seconds because I'm almost I'm almost done. Uh I have to do the edges and maybe a couple of weird spots. And then I'm doing a color shift overlay and then a clear coat. And I need these done by Saturday. So I need to stay on top of getting it all set. Really? What are we doing here? Somehow my piece of string got caught. And I am not dealing with that level of knot. Not right now, at least. I will end the stream if I have to deal with that knot. But I didn't have to, so you're still stuck with me. Whew. The next, let's see. After this, the next couple blocks of 200 are all solid. So there's just the counting down to 10 and then back and forth for an hour or two, depending on how much I talk. Is my connection still holding clear? I've had a couple of ad breaks and whatnot, and my end is not telling me anything's wrong. But oh, so I was bitching about Twitch earlier. Um, yeah, Twitch has bigger problems apparently. At TwitchCon, uh, Emigru was assaulted after they made a really huge big deal about security and how safe everybody was, and and yeah, like I I will never be cool enough to be like, oh hey, it's Raw Creature. I know, like you guys are awesome and you know who I am. But and it's still in my brain, it's still mind-boggling that in theory I could walk into a room and 30 people from around the world could hear my username and be like, oh, I know who she is. That blows my mind. And that's only 30 people. I could not even imagine anything in the numbers that some of these streamers get. And that's why I'm truly honored that Tyler and Jay and Cajun all know who I am. Like I am a drop of water in their fan base bucket. Now, mind you, I'm not always actively watching those guys, but I'm supporting. Oh yeah, yeah. They didn't do a damn thing. That got big. Rest assured, husband creature would be my security detail. If any of you have seen pictures of Dan, he husband creature and Dan are roughly the same size. Yeah, yeah. Well, also had someone come up to me like that, and touched me, I probably would have had a violent reaction. Because first of all, don't touch me. Second of all, don't touch me. Third of all, that 6 foot rule during COVID really didn't affect me because 6 feet is still too close. um, but yeah, that like I was actually before I logged on to stream, I was watching the Philip DeFranco show about that, and it's an eye opener. It's like I'm safe here in my house streaming all over the internet. I am in a relatively safe spot. No one's gonna come touch me. But if I were to have to start doing public appearances, and God, that's one of the reasons I don't ever want to be super duper famous. I like sitting in my house stabbing things. I don't like having to pander. Like I love everybody, but at the same time, if I go out to an event, know that I will invite you if I want you there. No, no, yeah. And they had to, the guy had to go through 3 layers of Twitch security apparently, and that just bothers me on so many levels, like, and then you wonder why you don't have any big name attendees. It's like that's the unfortunate part of being famous. And my senior thesis in college was that entertainers are doing a job. And yes, part of that job is in the public spotlight, but that does not entitle you to their lives. Um, if if they want to invite you into their life, that is one thing, and that is a personal bond between you and that person. But as Joe Schmo off the street, you are not entitled to any entertainer's personal or private space or life. And I did a very good job defending that. Because, yeah. Yeah, it's terrifying. It's like, and I've also realized that my username, it doesn't have any numbers, and it's a very distinct username. It's kind of like Squirrel Dad. So I can easily accept that that would make it an easily recognizable name, but at the same time still being recognized, like it touches all my warm, soft, fuzzy places that I like to keep locked in boxes. I mean, I could always start streaming on LinkedIn. It's so ridiculous. Like, Emiru should not have had to go through that. Well, I would like to hope you would at least ask first. If someone asks for a hug, I will absolutely give them a hug. They might get a sideways glance because if people have hung out with me long enough, they know I'm not a touchy feely person. It's not that I don't care. I'm just not touchy feely about it. And it makes it really hard to explain to people. It's like, yes, I care. I care very deeply. But no. I care a lot. And there's also, okay, that would be enough preparation. That's fair. Like, I need warning, I guess would be the better way to phrase it. Like, just just hugging me out of the blue, that could be dangerous for everybody around. Three, four, eight, nine, 10, there. Mark it off. There, this will make up for that one stitch that I don't have. Just gonna foobar me the rest of it. Yeah, the next 400 stitches, all black. All of it. I can crochet a bat. I have brochure. Oh, I don't know if I. Yeah, I got it while I was on my hiatus. I got brochure. Honestly, I got this one for the wizard staff, but it has all kinds of other cool stuff. So that's what I got. I can brochure. I can brochure. Let's see what patterns do I have here. Let me find. You'd think I would have a table of contents, but And I love yeah. Okay, so I can do a ninja star, a caveman spear, a pirate sword, a katana, a battle axe, a scythe, a dagger. Then we got fuzzy chucks, uh, boomerang, flail, and a giant loony hammer. We got TNT, uh, kunai off kunai off the chain. I haven't even looked at that. I got some bolas, uh, arrow. I got a wizard staff, a trident, alien blaster, and the golden gauntlet of brofinity. Knight helmet, bracers, big wooden shield, cannon, an anvil, a guillotine, and then eyeball, bone, crocheted guts, heart, and then the brain. So that's but if you haven't checked out Brochet, like his TikTok and his YouTube shorts are fantastic. Like I saw them and I'm like, oh my god, I need his patterns. And then this was like in May, June, and he's like, oh yeah, there's a book coming out in July, and then I forgot about it, and then I got it in August or September, and then I have been like in streaming limbo since then. So I'm very happy, and I now will only like when I get crochet books, like I don't mind patterns like PDF patterns, but I won't get books for crochet patterns because like with Kindle and whatnot, it's like the worst. It is the worst way to follow if you have to jump back and forth because like with a lot of my dragons and whatnot, it's like okay, this head on this page, or there's like 50 billion options, and like flipping back and forth is just too much. So books, books, books. Oh my goodness. I don't think we should have that at Dragon's house because her hatchlings might run amok with it. And I'm gonna keep it. It's still 11:30, but I'm gonna keep or 11:25. I'm gonna keep going because I don't have to work today, and I feel like crocheting a little bit more. Not crocheting, cross stitching. Oh no, I'm doing it to myself. At least I don't call it knitting. Oh my goodness. I was just talking about crochet. That's why I got my brain. I wanna tackle a few more of these stitches. But yeah, the next 400 stitches are just solid black. There's mhm. Mhm. And I might wander out of my house today to get to redeem bottles and get them out of my backspace. I have a lot I could do today. I'm not sure how much of it's actually going to get done. We'll see. We'll see. Because I did promise Husband Creature I would be a little lazy today. Because after, I mean, I do have my one day in the middle of the week each week that I have off. But after today, all of my weekends are packed. So mhm. Nice. Nice. I've been thinking about investing. Could you send me the link in Discord, because if I can find, because I want to use something like that, because I have to take vitals every month um of my residence, and I'm trying to get the best readings with the least amount of fuss. Thank you. I'm also like the things I have to take are blood pressure, pulse, O2, and temperature, and also I have to get their weight. Now, their weight is the biggest pain in my ass, because some of them are like halfway across the building from the scale. Now, I am looking into, and all of these tools I can use on myself, so it's not like I'm if when I leave that job that there's specialty tools that I can't use anywhere else. Um, but the scale is the big one. Is I want to. It needs to be self-calibrating and relatively portable. So I'm working on finding a and not cost me thousands of dollars. like I don't mind spending $50 to $100 on a scale, but it better be damn portable. That's the most important part, is the self-calibration and it being portable. I want a good blood pressure cuff, because a lot of the ones that we have been dropped a few times. So, and I'm really good at manual. Don't get me wrong. I can do a manual BP like a boss, but I I prefer the ease. I prefer the ease of a machine because the manuals have all the like I don't know why the dial has such a long tube. It's like why don't you just attach it? There's so much frustration with as much tubing as it has. So yeah. Like my dream blood pressure cuff is just the cuff with with like the screen on the cuff kind of deal. But that's just me. My blood pressure is generally like 117 over 75. Like I don't have it's a running joke. Um, is I don't have high blood pressure. Um, and it's actually much lower without my Vyvanse. Like my Vyvanse upped my blood pressure a little bit. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's cool. Now, are they arm cuffs or are they wrist cuffs? Because my boss does not allow for us to use the wrist cuffs because a lot of people don't. So, because when you do the blood pressure for your wrist, you're supposed to lift it up like this, and a lot of people don't. That's cool. I am gonna have to look at that. Yeah, one of the benefits of having hearing like mine is I am really good at really hard blood pressures. Ooh, nice. That's gonna put a dent in my wallet. I know how much those things cost. But I mean, if I want it, it will make my life easier. Mhm. Okay, that's not bad. It'll be a little bit more in freedom points because we're starting to lag behind. Mhm. Yeah, I think that's awesome. Oh, just make sure you always read where you're responding to first. That's my only offer of hope. A lot of the programs now have great unsend features, though. Mhm. Mhm. Okay, gonna finish this row out and give you a count, and then I'm gonna call it a stream. I'll call it complete. Because part of me is absolutely going to potato. I do have a little bit of energy that I'm going to spend on getting a coat of paint on my shelves because it has in fact stopped raining. Doesn't have to be sunny, doesn't even have to be warm. I just have to be able to go outside, toss some spray paint on so I can bring it inside so it can stay, but it has to stay outside for a little bit to air out all those happy fun fumes. Okie doke. How many spaces? One, two. Okay, so I did half. I did 100. I did 100 more stitches. Nope, not what I wanted. There we go. One, two, three, four, five. Okay, so a little under half. Okay, so we got 280 stitches done today, which is super awesome. We went from 8.7% up to 8.8%. Okay, so 280 stitches is a tenth of a percent. If I had worked on the math, I could have told you that a while ago. Oh. So, I hope everybody has a fantastic day. Drink your water, take your meds, be kind to yourself without harming others, and be kind to others without harming yourself. My dogs still, after almost a month, know what that line means. I will be back on Thursday for extra long stream and Captain Penis. He is making a triumphant return. I will see everybody on the flip side and have a fantastic day and Wednesday after that.